And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Jim in the Crypto, episode 1153. Today is Wednesday, October 4th, 2023, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday, around 10ish. Today's top stories: El Salvador launches first Bitcoin mining pool as Volcano Energy partners with Luxor. 1/3 of all CFTC crypto enforcement actions took place this year. And crypto-friendly Patrick McHenry takes interim House Speaker position. And last but not least, investors drop class action lawsuit against Terraform Labs and Duquan. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick look at these prices on the day. All right. Still sideways action. The bull market, while it should have commenced, I would say roughly 6 years ago now, 7 years ago. It's still not happening as of just yet. Of course, with some of the things like the House Speaker being ousted in the United States caused all markets to drop. I don't think crypto was any different. We didn't take as big as a hit, but we still took a small hit. So looking at that, Bitcoin's coming in at $27,417, down 0.08%. Ethereum is at $1,634, down 1.24%. Ripple at number 5 at 53 cents, up 4.26%. Solana at number 7 at $23.03, down 5.08%. Cardano at number 8 at 25 cents, down 2.7%. Cardano actually has an opinion piece out about it, essentially saying, hey, is this thing a rug pull, or did we already get rug? Dogecoin at number 9 at 6 cents, down 1.62%, and Tron at number 10 at 8 cents, up 0.79%. Trending tokens are, of course, Bitcoin still. Pepe has been trending for like weeks now. Taboo token as well. Fear and Greed index has increased to 44, and Bitcoin dominance at 49.5, Ethereum at 18.2. So those are the prices on the day. Really quick, BK Crypto. What up, though? BK, I'm gonna give you a shout. I'm representing for BK Crypto on Friday. He sent me some new gear. I got it. I was going to message you today. I got it late yesterday. Cannot wait to wear it for the Friday show. Who else do we have here? 64 ECG, Fanteezy, JB, Patrick Walter, Ross Shu, Chloe Dior, Raquanji. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Welcome back to the show. Again, this is one of those things where it's been a slow news cycle, so not as much excitement going on right now. These are slow times, the lulls in crypto that we often see, but it's all good. A few things to note. Realistically, people, we only have, I would say, at most, we have about 8 to 12 more. Well, October, November, December, January. Yeah. We got about let's say 8 to 12 more weeks of slow times before I think it gets really aggressive. Of course, Bitcoin's birthday is coming up, January 1st, New Year's. We got things happening always when it comes to the Bitcoin market. The day after Christmas is usually a nice little pump too. Between those events and then after, of course, Martin Luther King Day, we're going to have regulators come back in with more exciting news. And then eventually they're happening in March and ETFs in February. Like, it's about to get crazy next year. So enjoy this slow time. Stack sats, do your dollar cost average. Do what you need to do to get your Bitcoin and crypto businesses in order for next year, because it's going to get super fast come next year. Oh, we got I Hate Crypto Blood. What's going on? CB News Network. Welcome. Shout out to Crypto Blood. If you all haven't already, make sure you check out his YouTube. He's killing it. Keeping up with the Bitcoin and crypto talks and chats and keeping us up to date on all the good news with great interviews as well. So make sure you check out Crypto Blood. All right, all that being said, top story of the day, El Salvador is in the news. El Salvador launches first Bitcoin mining pool as Volcano Energy partners with Luxor. El Salvador's ambitious renewable energy Bitcoin mining operation welcomes its first mining pool as Volcano Energy partners with Luxor. That's right. El Salvador officially launched its first local Bitcoin mining pool as the Volcano Energy project begins mining blocks through Lava Pool in partnership with Luxor Technology. The Bitcoin-friendly country's $1 billion renewable energy project made headlines earlier in 2023 with stablecoin issuer Tether among companies investing in the project that plans to generate electricity from renewable sources in El Salvador to power future Bitcoin mining operations in the country. Oh, my voice is gone today. Volcano Energy is tapping into Luxor's experience in providing Bitcoin mining software and services. The project will also use Luxor's hash rate forward marketplace to mitigate market volatility through automated risk management strategies used by other major Bitcoin mining operators. And you can actually see this tweet here from Volcano Energy, or this X thread. Bitcoin has potential to pay off its climate debt much sooner than solar energy. And thanks to its ability to mitigate methane, it can address more urgent challenges. So this is actually really cool to see. El Salvador actually partnering with the project to mine Bitcoin. Again, this is good for the private project as well as for the government and the nation as well. You're talking about renewable energy, reusing energy, and of course stacking sats all at the same time. So it's really cool to see this is happening. It looks like a statement from Volcano Energy Chief Strategy Officer Gerson Martinez highlighted the ongoing efforts by El Salvador to secure first mover advantage as a Bitcoin adopted nation state, saying our vision is to create a vertically integrated energy and Bitcoin mining company whose value is accretive to investors and to all Salvadorian citizens. So, with that being said, I wonder if that company is actually like private, or if it is for the people. But either way, super cool to see them partner with the government, first mover advantage. And this was crazy. Like right now, we're not seeing this, but if like Bitcoin does become the reserve currency, if everything is backed by Bitcoin, if banks end up using it, if all this big and crazy and grand things will happen with Bitcoin, then smaller countries like El Salvador are going to shoot up to the stratosphere. I mean, it's literally going to be like the Middle East after cars were invented and we needed oil. Um, I think we'll see that same type of stratosphere rise, where it's just like, okay, everything's now Bitcoin based. Oh, wait, what are the countries that are not already ready to accept and use it in their daily practices in government and et cetera, et cetera? But who has also literally been stacking sats for as long as possible? And I mean, clearly El Salvador and another ones people might not like, but would also shoot up to the top of the list would be Venezuela. This is how you have parity, right? You like, how is it 2023 and we still have dictators, or we still have this or that or whatever? It's like, hey, they're making bets too. We know Venezuela made a big Bitcoin bet years ago. That could be another country to where if Bitcoin does what it's supposed to do sooner rather than later, we can see them possibly have a stratospheric rise as well if the president actually kept those Satoshis. Who knows if that actually happened or not. The announcement also mentions the potential for countries with abundant renewable energy sources to use Bitcoin mining to improve the economics of new energy projects. Mining operations can provide a flexible buyer of first and last resort for energy producers and act as an alternative revenue stream. Great point. This is something you can actually sell, they're saying, to other energy companies, other energy sources, and giving them a reason to reuse some of the energy they've already probably bought and paid for. Makes perfect sense. I mean, as a mining company, if you can seamlessly show companies that already use a lot of energy how to just with a flip of the switch redirect some of the used energy toward Bitcoin mining and get paid off it, that's a win-win. I can see that actually happening. So this is pretty cool. It does look like Volcano Energy is set to contribute 23% of its net income for mining operations to the El Salvadorian government. Mining profits are also set to be reinvested into energy transmission and infrastructure to stimulate economic and technological growth in the Central American nation. Now, what's even more impressive about all this, I think one of the best parts about it, is that Bitcoin finally has a country. Up until recently, Bitcoin doesn't have a state. There's no nation behind it. There's no one like really backing this enthusiast. The moment you start to get these Bitcoin nation states like El Salvador, you officially have national backing. Now it's like, oh, who's doing what with the blockchain? What's been proposed? What are you trying to fork? Why is the United States government saying it's only for criminals when we use it as a country? Like all these like things start to pop up and happen and be what's the word I'm looking for? I had a good one. It's like the energy is being I can't think of the word right now, but essentially all questions are being answered, right? Like when you have a nation backing it, it isn't just any, well, crypto is for the shadowy super secret coders and criminals and stuff and blah blah blah. It's like, no, there's actual politicians that stand up as lobbyists to lobby. There's laws going to be made about this stuff. But by and large, Bitcoin finally has a nation behind it officially. I think this is going to change the way we see a lot of the news come out. And again, this is just one small country. Once it starts to amplify, get 2 or 3, 4 more countries, small, medium, or large, especially when you get the first superpower, like the narrative will change. And then again, those countries who are already in position, I think, will be in a great position to win. And then as far as those energy companies working with mining companies, I mean, that literally may be the future for a lot of these projects to survive. So we'll see how that works out. But that was pretty cool to see on that side of the house. Checking out the comments really quick. What's going on, my crypto space UK? DM Car, Crypto Blood in the house. So, hey, Crypto Blood, I'm on the scene and link, man. Give me a shout. Call in if you can. Feel free to. Definitely have some time today. If you can make it happen, just put a link in the chat. I don't know what I was thinking about. I should did it. Let's see. I'm looking at, does Carlos have Benz Lambos? You guys are hilarious. You say Carlos has 20 cars. All right, there. This is a pretty interesting story right here, as the different government agencies and regulatory bodies jockey for position on who's going to run the crypto sphere. I saw this article pop up. It was pretty cool. 1/3 of all CFTC crypto enforcement actions took place this year, says Chairman Benham. CFTC Chairman Ralston Benham, I don't know his name, told an audience at the Financial Industry Association Expo about the agency's activity in the crypto space and its need for modern legislation. You know what? I'm not going to go too hard on him, because while he's trying to overreach and overstep, like they all have, at the very least, the CFTC haven't like rushed to do it. Like 1/3 of all their action happened this year. That's fair. This is to be expected. Like now, especially after the next happening, I honestly think we really have. We're looking at like 2 to 3, maybe 4 more years of being able to aggressively accumulate crypto, Bitcoin, or just make aggressive moves. Because again, part of that whole nation state thing, where if we start having nation states really backing Bitcoin and crypto, oh yeah, the lights are coming on, folks. Gensler, we about to be scattering like roaches. The lights are coming on. They're not going to let the tomfoolery, excuse me, they're not going to let the tomfoolery continue. The malarkey, they're not going to let the malarkey go. And yeah, so I say all that to say, I expect more enforcement action and more attempts at enforcement or regulatory, pursuing different regulatory matters, or even trying to create new legislation. I expect more of this as time goes on. I didn't, like, you gotta remember, folks, it's crazy. We're today, episode 1153, right? On episode 200, episode 600, episode 800, it still was too early for regulatory action for politicians, so on and so forth. You know me, I'm all about self-regulation. I feel like there should be no actual form of regulation in this technological market. However, I know majority will cry against me on that, so whatever. I can't stop the rain. But what I will say is that, yes, as the years continue to go, expect more. And like, I say that in a way of, be conscientious of what you're doing in the space and how you're doing it, if you care about those type of things. And if not, it doesn't really matter. But by and large, I think this year, it says with this is the highest enforcement year. 1/3 of all their enforcement came this one year. You can expect the next year or two over, like, was that 33% right now? Next year or two, over 50% of all their enforcement will come in the next year or two. It won't just be them, be the SEC, of course, as well. NFA, like the usual suspects, but they're about to aggress. Like now, people are starting to pick up and they're starting to learn the system, right? They still don't know it. Still a lot of questions. But what I will say, it is clear that regulators and the government as a whole alike know a lot more about cryptocurrency in 2023 than what they did in 2017. I think that same statement will be even more true in 2024 when that happened. I think it's going to be a bigger event. It might happen slow and quiet again, as it always does. But this one, I think, is going to hit a little different. So we'll see what happens with it. But again, this is a CFTC. Excited. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Listen, we did some regulating this year, folks. We made sure this market felt our presence. Can you just imagine the things they're saying? Right now, I'm watching the show on Netflix, Painkiller. And I know a lot of people have been saying like different things about Painkiller, like good things about the show. It is a great show. The actors and actresses are amazing, well written, actually, all that good stuff. The only thing I'll say about Painkiller is the concept. And for anybody who's seen it, this is not even a spoiler alert. You know this from the first episode. The only thing I'll say about it is the concept of a government regulator essentially not liking someone, a pharmaceutical salesman specifically in his company and what he's selling, Oxycontin, not liking them and literally using everything in their power and their livelihood to destroy that company in person. When it's just like, goodness gracious, bro, move on, stop wasting taxpayer money. That's what I got from it, honestly. I'm with the other side. It's like, hey, junkies are junkies. So it was just one of those things where it's like, this regulator is literally going like, and even she made a point to say, because this happened to my brother and mom, I'm doing it. It's like, oh, you taking this shit personal? So you're not even regulating to regulate. You're this is a personal battle for you. So like that's what I took from the show, that concept. I say that to say like that's what I'm seeing right now with the SEC and the CFTC specifically, as well as some other private bankers, which that's a little bit different. I understand why. But for the people who are getting paid with public money, taxpaying money, it's like your job is to be as objective as possible, not to fall in love or hate anything. Like, so my thing is how and why. First, how do you have the time and resources to redirect so much over to the crypto space? I know the answer. I'm just putting it out there. And then why? Why are you using so much time and resources of the CFTC to say now we go after crypto? 1/3 of all our actions that have happened this year. We ramped up the amount of attention we paid. Calm down, live your life, go see your wives and husbands. Your fucking marriages will last longer. Go see your children. They won't be addicted to opioids, and stop worrying about how everyone else is making money and what they're doing in markets. This is absolutely insane. If you literally look at all these people who go crazy trying to tell you what to do and add enforcement actions, regulatory actions, i.e., our president right now, their children are on drugs. They like they're OD right now. They want to know about every $600 payment while their kids are on crack. I would say you need to reevaluate what you deem important, not only to the president, but also to the CFTC and SEC. This is becoming, again, crazy, but I'm going crazy. I'm on my rant. CB News is in the house. Crypto Blood. Red Nugent. What's the word? What up, though? Long time no see. I might be back in the D in a couple months. You know, it's time to make.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
No, listen, hey, I'm old school with it. I got to represent for the West and the East. For those who watching,
Oh
if you know, you
man.
know.
Yes, sir, man. You got me up out the bed, bro. I'm sitting in the bed. He's like, "Come on through." I'm
Hey,
here.
man, how you been, man? What's going
Good.
on?
How you guys been? What's up, Warriors? How y'all
Hey,
doing?
listen. What's the news, man? What's happening around your way? What are you hearing that's going on in these crypto streets? Sideways movement right now. I know we're basically already in a bull market, but people have been asking, are we going to dip again? What's happening? What's the word?
You think we're in a bull market?
I mean, I say that on a macro level.
Okay.
Yeah, like we're always in one.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
You can look at it that way.
But I get what you're saying too. I
Yeah,
keep calling for
technically,
one
I
more.
think we're still not, because we've crossed. We have the death cross on the daily. We got the death cross on the weekly. We had a death cross on the hour, but that flipped. But that's fine, because that, you have a flipping of a golden cross, death cross on the hour all the time. But very rarely have you seen in the past a death cross on the weekly, or on the daily, I should say. It's happened like 4 or 5 times ever.
Oh, so
So
we're in some dangerous territory right now.
potentially. Now, I think 1 out of 5 of those previous times was a false flag. It was a false death cross. So the odds are still in the Bears' favor for us to head a little bit lower before we head higher. But I
I
think
mean,
next year is a bull run for sure. Next year is a bull run, because they got to pump up the stock market. They got to pump up everything that is indicative of what they want the sheeple to think is a good economy, right?
I
So,
literally, my cousin who's I just talked to him. He lives in Detroit still now. I talked to him yesterday. Exact same words you just said. He doesn't even do crypto. He does traditional markets.
oh,
Exact.
okay,
He was
yeah,
like, yeah, man, the market's down right now. He was like, man, he's like, it's manufactured. This is the government doing what they do because of the whole House Speaker thing. He was like,
yep.
man, he said they just trying to get everybody to sell out their shit right now so they can buy it back for next year. I was like, oh. You
Yeah,
said
you
the
got to
exact
pump
same
up for the
thing.
election, man. It's every time. You know, they're gonna bring out the pump up team and push this thing back up. And so cryptos are gonna run with it, in my opinion. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm thinking that, like I said, barring I think and hope a Black Swan event, one more will happen to possibly give us one more discounted rate. But yeah, I think we'll be sideways in the next year. That's why I said we're kind of already in it. I do see, of course, like I said, toward Thanksgiving, we'll have a small little dip. Day of, day after, a few days of Thanksgiving after, we'll have a pump. Christmas or December, first 2 weeks, I'm expecting a pump.
Okay.
We'll get a slight dip going into the week of Christmas. The day after, all the way up to New Year's, we got that New Year's pump. And then what is it? Maybe a slight dip, Bitcoin birthday. And then,
Yeah.
this is now I would say the next 5 weeks, and then February to me are Bitcoin's weakest points and best points for anybody to attack. And that's also because February, once they get back, of course, the regulators come back and they're ready to regulate. We got that 4 to 5, 6 weeks from Martin Luther King Day to the next happening. That to me will be the opportunity to, hey, if they're going to make this shit look weak and attack it, do it now because there's not really much going on. I think we might see something then, but you're right, man. After that, I mean, sideways, slow movement up. We'll see what happens. Someone has a
Shout out.
question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Shout out to my man, My Crypto Space UK. He asked, "What does Red Nugent mean?" It's a play on the a hard rock artist named Ted Nugent. He's from you remember Ted? He's
Yeah,
from
I know
Detroit.
Ted
He's
Nugent.
from
That's what I was
Redford. You
laughing
know,
at. Yeah,
he's
he's
from
from Detroit.
Detroit. Oh, rock. You know,
Freedomist. He's
white.
a freedomist.
Yeah, he's like a older Chris. Not Chris. What am I saying? Chris Rock. Kid Rock. He's an older Kid
Yeah.
Rock.
Yep.
Right, he's an older Kid Rock. So somebody gave me the name. I didn't come up with it. They called me Red Nugent. I said, I'm going with it. Let's go.
I like it, man. I like it. I like it. That's a dope name. Other than that, what's going on in your show, man? What's the word? What's the news? How's everything going in crypto land?
Hey man, had a good show yesterday. We did a show about Tupac and Keefe D. That whole situation is unraveling. That was a great show.
YouTube is crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, crazy. Today is
YouTube.
gonna be
Who
a
would have
crypto
thought?
day. Yeah, today's gonna be crypto day. I think I'm gonna talk about a little bit of the crypto house speaker. I know you haven't gotten to that. I'm interested to hear about it. So I'll probably talk about that. But yeah, I'm gonna go live today on the crypto side, probably about 3 o'clock.
3
Get
p.m.
it in,
Eastern.
man. 3 p.m. Eastern. Yep.
3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. Catch it out and really quick. Let's go ahead and jump in that story. I would love to actually hear some quick thoughts. You don't have to give it all away because I know you're
for
going to
sure.
stay the sauce.
No,
But
we can rinse and repeat, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah, crypto-friendly Patrick McHenry takes interim House Speaker position. If you haven't heard, the House Speaker McCarthy just got ousted. 8 Republicans voted against the Republican representative, making it the first time in U.S. history literally ousted because that's who's next in line if something were to happen to the vice president. So again, U.S. crypto-friendly Rep. Patrick McHenry, in turn, has been appointed as an interim House Speaker after the high-profile ousting of the U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. He is a proponent of cryptocurrency. He has been in the past. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and pass this over to Crypto Blood. Will this change anything? Do you think this mean anything, or is this just like Obama becoming a black president? Everybody's saying, "Oh, black people, y'all don't get what y'all want," and it's like, no, actually, not really. We didn't.
Yeah. Round of applause for that. Round of applause for that. Man. You hit it right on the head, bro. This means nothing. It just shows that the rhinos, the Republicans, they ain't got this shit together either. So, you got the Democrats, the demons. I call them the demons. Demons always on demon time. And you got the rhinos. It's just a hot mess, bro. So it just shows the dysfunction in our Congress, in our government. And the other countries are laughing at this, man. King. They are laughing at us. They're seeing it, they're taking notes. We've already got an agency, I think this year has downgraded our debt. I think it was not S&P, it was Fitch maybe. So we had a downgrade, I believe, in 2011, which was it 11 or 13? Can't remember.
Fitch was the last one. You're right about that. I remember that.
Yeah, but S&P downgraded us a few years ago, and that was legendary. That was like never seen before. So for them to actually, because these rating agencies are on our side, but for them to downgrade us lets you know how bad it is, bro.
That
So
actually is true, because they definitely don't even want to do that.
no, they
I
don't want
mean,
to do that.
ooh, a downgrade to United States, would man, listen, that could get you a heart attack or something. That can get you some
Exactly.
freedom at your doorstep.
Exactly.
So you're
Exactly.
right, for them to even say anything. I didn't even think of it from that. Ooh, I didn't think of it from that point. But even say anything, how bad is it? One thing I want to make note of. I just saw his face. You know, actually, for real, shout out to Patrick McHenry. I didn't realize this who it was. He's been pressing. Patrick McHenry's been pressing SEC Gary Gensler super
Oh,
tough.
okay.
So listen, I'm about to get. Well, hold on. Where's the tinfoil hat? Right quick, tinfoil toboggan. About to get into some conspiracy theories. Couple things.
We coming for you, nigga.
I love it. Couple things. First, it says here, McHenry will only be House Speaker until a new official vote is set for October 11th, according to Bloomberg. So on October 11th, they're having a new vote. He could get ousted. Some people are saying that possibly Tom Emmer. They're also saying even possibly Donald Trump. That's not happening, but that would be hilarious. Could possibly take the position. I think Emmer would probably be another possible candidate. He's actually been going hard on folks like the SEC Gary Gensler as well. But what I want to throw out there is that what if in these 10 days, McHenry makes a move to get rid of Gary Gensler?
No, sir.
Maybe you don't think it'll happen that quick?
No, sir.
No. Okay, listen, if it were to happen, listen, the Powerball lottery winning numbers are right here, people.
As long as you got Sleepy Joe in there crawling around.
Oh, wait, Gary, his boy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that changed the game. Never mind. I didn't know that.
So you got to remember, Biden put out an initiative late last year.
Yeah, that is right.
And called all the agencies together and said, look, it's time to clamp down on this thing.
And he's just doing it.
He's doing his job. Yeah, he's doing his job. That's why he sounds like a contradicting person right now, because he's been ordered to do what he's supposed to do.
That's a great point. Wow. So in all actuality, then, is it possible that the target on Gary Gensler back is actually a target on Biden's back, that they're just not saying it out loud? Because, I mean, he's, like you say, he's doing the job he was tasked to do.
I don't know. Lord Smith said he came from the last administration. Yeah, but he may have been in there, but that doesn't mean that Trump put him in there. The swamp is deep with the demons. So that means absolutely nothing. All I need you to do is go vote for Trump in 24. That's all I'm saying. Round of applause for that. That's what I need you to do, Lord Smith.
So here's the question here. And this has to do with well, first, what do you think is gonna happen with Gensler? How does this play out? Is this a happy ending for him?
Happy? What kind of happy ending?
I mean, he just listen, happy ending for him is he works as the SEC chair at least until the end of this administration, and then he goes to work for fucking Binance for $20 million a year.
Wow.
If not FTX Reloaded, like, honestly.
I don't know, bro. He'll probably go back to Wall Street. I think he came from Wall Street, so it's a rinse and repeat.
He put in work for them banks.
Yeah, he won't go for a crypto firm. He'll go work for Wall Street again and do the same thing. He'll go work for, like Robert said, BlackRock or something like that. And same system, bro. They just rinse and repeat.
There it is.
It's a damn shame.
All right, I'm not gonna try to keep you all day, CB. You have anything else for us, man?
No, man. Appreciate coming on. Love the show. Definitely, guys, hit that thumbs up. I try to get you guys every morning as I wake up. And hey, man, keep doing your thing. Where's my man at? Where's our
hit
guy?
Him up on Twitter. You know he on Twitter. Give him a shout on Twitter. See what's up.
I hit him up. Thanks, King. Keep holding it down, bro.
Hey, 12 p.m. Pacific today, folks. 3 p.m. Eastern. Check out CB.
Sir.
All right, I'll probably be up in there too. I'll let you.
All righty.
All right, later. All right, CB folks. All right, last couple of stories. Last story really. I kind of just went on a CFTC rant, and the headline was a story essentially. Yeah, they're just doing enforcement actions this year. They're going crazy. They're enjoying it. But last but not least, investors drop class action lawsuit against Terraform Labs and Do Kwon. Spoiler alert, there is no reason being named as of yet in the article. So no real reason. I would assume that, hey, they're probably just like, there's no money to be had because in order to get the money, you have to spend so much money. You probably have to subpoena information and documents and things that weren't or aren't even available in the United States, or probably in Singapore or different countries. If you remember, he was operating out of many countries. So I think that's probably like a lot of reasons where they're just like, you know what, we're done with it. That's my two Satoshis, but let's check this out. The dropping of the suit came amid Terra facing a lawsuit brought by the U.S. SEC and Duquan possibly nearing the end of his sentence in Montenegro. Wait. Duquan about to get out already? Oh, man, white collar crime's the way to go. Woo. Goodness gracious. Okay. Let me check this out. A group of investors behind a class action lawsuit against Terraform Labs and its co-founder Duquan over fraud allegations have dropped the case in a September 28th filing in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California. Lawyers representing plaintiff Nick Patterson, who filed a lawsuit on behalf of investors, filed a notice of voluntary dismissal only against Terraform and Quan. The notice did not explicitly state the reasons for dropping the case without prejudice, but a spokesperson for Terraform Labs said the briefing process exposed weaknesses in their case, and the firm expected to see additional meritless legal claims fail. Now, really quick, before we get to this lawsuit being dropped, to the Terraform team, let me see. Terraform Labs and their team, you all should not be like, wow. To me, this is someone who is getting their ass beat, gets one lucky punch off, and doesn't even like really do anything. Maybe like they stun the person, just the person's in shock, they got a punch off, and then they start smack talking. It's like, bro, you're losing and you're about to really lose, and you're talking smack. Terraform Labs, you all should not be talking about the weaknesses in anyone's case. You shouldn't be talking about meritless legal claims. Like, are you kidding me? At this point, you just close your eyes and throw a dart in the darkness, and you should be able to hit the board somewhere. Like, you all and your boss did some of the most egregious things. You're the ones who started this entire bear market to begin with, as far as I'm concerned. You literally had people give you money, like, yeah, while the general public didn't know any better, and still to this day, some still don't see how they were played, whatever. You all knew better. You got people's capital and you got to buy in Bitcoin. That's really what happened. You got everybody's capital and you tell them you're going to have a coin. Then you tell them you're going to have an algorithmic coin. And then you just use all that capital to buy Bitcoin. Not much different than Richard Hart and some other people out there. But come on now. For you all to come back talking smack because you got one case to be dropped. Like, he's in prison as your team is saying this. This is crazy. Like, literally your leader's in prison as you're saying this. Come on, this makes no sense. You can't do that. This is ridiculous. But the Terraform Labs defendants, like I said, and be honest, I would say, people, it's probably a money issue. In order to actually successfully beat them, from like, as I'm back, I was like, I'm reverse engineering this from a technical point of view. Like, all right, let's say I want to sue Terraform Labs. They're not in the United States, so already I'm going to have to pay international costs of doing business in general, right? Just in general, FOIA requests. How do these FOIA requests work in different countries? This man's been in different countries. These teams have been in different countries. Who submits them? How much is it cost to submit them? How long does it take? Now, if it takes 6-7 weeks, how do the lawyers count that? Are you on a retainer fee? Are you paying per hour? Like, there's so many nuances to go into a case like this. The people, like, the class action will have to be so big, and the amount of money at the end of the rainbow would have to be so large, or the people actually suing would have to have so many resources in order to make this happen. Like, you're talking about multi-billion dollars of resources to begin this lawsuit to make this happen. So to me, it was more of a money thing, monetary thing, where I'm assuming they probably put all the chips on the board and was like, even if we do get this money, we're not going to get into 2030, 2032, 2033. And then it might not be as much as we expect, because these guys are really shifty when it comes to what they do online. They've been moving this money and flipping it and twisting it and switching it. So I'm thinking they probably just like, hey, it might be best to just drop this as a whole. So to drop it, for me, if you were to drop it under that assumption for Terraform Labs to be like, yeah, we don't know this weak ass case. We don't know what they was trying to do. It's meritless. It's like, yeah, calm down. We just didn't have enough money to really go after you like we wanted to. So it's kind of crazy that they're talking smack about it. But again, Terraform Labs defendants neither answered the complaint nor filed motions for summary judgment, said the filing, because the court has not certified the proposed class for any purpose in this case, and the dismissal is without prejudice. It will not bind members of the proposed class. So again, I still can't believe Terra is waving this as a big win when they just like literally tricked the entire market. But regardless, if you remember in February, the U.S. SEC charged or filed a lawsuit civil suit against Quan and Terra for allegedly orchestrating a multi-billion-dollar crypto asset securities fraud. Authorities in Montenegro arrested Quan in March and subsequently sentenced him to 4 months in prison for using false travel documents. Okay, so they just locked him up in order to hold him still so he wouldn't disappear. If you remember, he did disappear at first. He claimed he wasn't on the run. However, South Korea and some other countries like, you say you're not on the run, but we want you to come in for questioning. And he was just like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm not on the run. So he just never did it. They finally had him sentenced or held him down in prison. It looks like this is ending. But depending on how these governments play, it's really going to be up to the SEC in the United States. The SEC calls Montenegro and said, we're not done with him yet. We're still working on some stuff. You better believe as soon as he walks out the door, they're going to rearrest him for something else. Like, they're going to be like, oh, your visa's expired. He's like, I've been in prison, though. You guys didn't let me renew it. They're like, yeah, that's not our problem. Back to jail you go. On the flip side, if the SEC, for the most part, is done with them, these lawsuits have been dropped, and the United States doesn't have any real pressure. Depending on that relationship with Montenegro and South Korea would depend on if he's rearrested or actually let loose. So that will remain to be seen. Let's see. Also, it says at the time of publication, it was unclear if he would be released in Montenegro or face extradition to the U.S. or South Korea. So boom, there you go. And like I said, I only read the headline of this one, so I didn't get that low as well. So that is the Terraform madness. We shall see what happens. That's an interesting story in crypto space too. Like, people, that's gonna be pretty fun when Do Kwon gets out in 4 months. What they decide to do with him, I think that's gonna be a fun story. Last but not least, make sure you check out the Ross Ulbricht website. I meant to actually announce this the other day. It has officially been 10 years since Ross Ulbricht received his 2 life prison sentences for doing shit on the internet. Like, that is the best way I can explain it if you don't know the story. He created Craigslist, and people was on there selling whatever they sell. I didn't hear about the Craigslist guy getting 2 life sentences because people were on there selling stuff, and there was some selling going on Craigslist as well as Backpage. Didn't hear about any of these people go to prison. But again, Ross Ulbricht got 2 life sentences for playing on the internet. Government don't play that. He created a marketplace. Wasn't no taxes going to the government, and they could buy and sell wherever they want. They decided to place all the blame on him to set an example, even though since his arrest in 2 life sentences, these things have popped up like hotcakes all over the dark web if you want to actually go to it. But regardless, he's in prison. Shout out to Lynn Ulbricht, his mom. She's been working diligently the last 10 years to try to get him free, right? So sign petitions. Check the website out. Make sure you sign a petition if you haven't already. I know those petitions go toward government. I remember she tried to get it in front of Donald Trump to get him pardoned. I think he might have actually did it if he saw it. Who knows? But let's continue to fight for that. Hopefully he does get pardoned. Right or wrong, he didn't deserve 2 life. Like, he didn't do anything to deserve 2 life sentences. There's war criminals not getting 2 life sentences. That's why, you know what, I'm gonna end on this. That's why you gotta go big or go home, folks. All right. You have to become too big to fail. Of course, if you kill 1 or 2 or 3 people, or you steal a couple mil or a couple 100,000 or 50,000, don't steal no thousands. Your ass is going to prison. You do it small, you're going to jail. You're going to prison, or they're going to try to kill you. You do it big enough, no one will stop you, or at least they'll be too scared to stop you, or they'll have pause to do it. It has been shown that time and time again, even with FTX, really. He's in jail right now, Sam Bankman-Fried, because he kept messing with the witnesses. Plain and simple. He's not in jail for anything he did right now. Yeah, there's a trial to come up, and they're right now. The trials began yesterday, or whatever. They're talking about it, but he didn't go to jail because of what he did. He went to jail because he was intimidating witnesses, essentially. So, and that wasn't big, right? He intimidated 2 or 3 witnesses. He should have intimidated Everybody on that class act. If SBF would have intimidated 3,000 people, he would not be in jail right now. He'd be good. He's going too small. So remember, go big or go home. Dollar cost average. Stack those Satoshis. Smash that like and share. And I will see you all on Friday. Again, it's been a little too slow for the dailies right now. I'll see you all on Friday with another crypto stream.